Well, hello everyone. It's good to see that we have so many people joining us already. I am excited to get started. I figured I would wait just another minute or two just to make sure that anyone who is planning on joining us at 7 is able to hop in and not miss anything. So looks like some chats are already rolling in. Thank you to those of you that are already hopping in. I'm excited to spend some time with you guys tonight. Wonderful. Well, we're pretty close to 7 o'clock, so I think I will go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and start by introducing myself. My name is Courtney McCormick, and I am an admission counselor at the Office of Admissions at Missouri State University. So I primarily cover the Southwest Missouri territory, but I can be considered a friend and a support and a resource for any of you, regardless of where you are tuning in from. So I'm hoping to answer some of your questions about Missouri State this evening. I do have a few moderators who will be joining us as well. All of them have a little wrench next to their name as they chat in. So they'll be helpful in providing some links and additional information for you guys as you have questions. Some of you might have some more specific questions that are more personal to your situation. And some of those questions are best to have answered individually in kind of a one-on-one setting via email or through phone. So we do have a general admissions email inbox that we respond to every day. So we may encourage you to ask us some of those questions that are a little more personal to our direct admissions inbox. And that email is admissions@missourastate.edu. I have a couple of other things I'd like to mention before we get started with the questions. I know there are a couple already rolling in. I'll make sure I touch them. But the first is that we are working on getting our application kind of timeline ready to go for those of you that are juniors thinking about applying for the fall of 2021. So we expect our application to open up sometime this summer, ideally July, but that'll be your first time or your first opportunity to apply to Missouri State. I can definitively tell you that we will not have an application fee this fall. So for those of you who haven't applied for a college yet, we might be a good one to start with just because it's pretty low risk, no application fee. It's a great place to start. We're hoping to resume our campus visits and tours soon. Obviously, there are a lot of things that prevent us from being able to have students on campus right now. So we are doing the best that we can with what we've got. So we have a few resources available for you guys to start using. One is a virtual tour. For those of you, or for my moderators, would you please go ahead and add the link for the virtual tour? But that's an opportunity for those of you that are students to go ahead and see some of the spaces on campus before you're able to come into or hopefully later this year, maybe next year. We do also have the option for you guys to set up a virtual admissions appointment. So you can meet with someone like myself or one of my coworkers, and you can do that online. You can set up a phone call or a video call, and I will have one of my moderators drop the link to that site as well. We're also hoping to offer several of these live streams, so events like this that are Q&A and maybe some more specialized ones. So please pay attention to your emails as we send them, as we share information on some of the events that might be coming up. Hopefully this one is helpful for you, and hopefully the ones that will be coming in the future will be fun as well. Another thing I'd like to mention is that admissions, we like to consider ourselves maybe just a good resource as far as we know a little about a lot. We're not always the best resource for providing very specific details about every single academic program or certain things like that on campus. So please start with us tonight if you have questions about a specific academic program. I would love to help answer some of your specific questions, but we may end up referring you to the department themselves. But please consider us your friend and your bridge as you want to connect with different academic departments on campus. So we can totally help you get things like that set up. And then the last thing I want to note is that we are still finalizing our standardized test policy for the fall of 2021. So for those of you that might have questions related to test optional or super scoring or taking different subject tests with the ACT, unfortunately, we don't have all of the clear answers as far as where we will be moving with our standardized testing policy yet. We hope to have those soon, but as soon as those are available, we'll make sure that our website is updated and that any communication we send your way is updated as well. So currently we do still require the ACT for students or the SAT for students who are hoping to start at Missouri State. So with that, I think I'll go ahead and I'll start hopping into questions. I know there are a couple already. It looks like the first came from Anya. I hope I said your name correctly, Anya. She asked if SOAR is still going on. And so, yes, SOAR will be happening this summer for those of you that are seniors this year. Well, we did send an email yesterday, and there will be more emails coming soon regarding the changes to SOAR. But SOAR at this point will be offered in one-day or online sessions during July and August. You guys will have an option as far as which method you will prefer, and you can register on your personalized site a little later this month. For those of you that are juniors, sophomores, freshmen, SOAR is our student orientation, advisement, and registration program. So you guys will take place in SOAR the summer before you start at Missouri State, and that'll be when you have the chance to meet with your advisor, pick your classes for your first semester on campus, and then ultimately register for your classes. We do lots of other fun things during SOAR as well, but that's kind of the main point of SOAR and the main goal of SOAR. Let's see. So Mackenzie asked if she was to go to OTC for 2 years and then transfer to Missouri State, does she need to take the ACT? Someone told her that she didn't need to take the ACT if she was to transfer. And Mackenzie, so we do not require transfer students who have 24 or more credits post-high school to provide us with an ACT score at the time that they apply. So if you went to OTC for 2 years and acquired more than 24 credits, you'd be able to just apply, and all you would need to send us would be your official transcripts from OTC. That's a great question. That's a common route for students who might be wanting to use their A+ benefits. Let's see. Skylar asked, will there be something similar to IRSA being held after large gatherings get approved? So Skylar, right now, what I know is that IRSA has been canceled for this year. I am not aware of a program similar to IRSA happening later on in the year. But of course, if an opportunity like that becomes available, we'll make sure that we blast you with emails and share that information with you right away. So I'm sorry, that's kind of a bummer. The Business Resource Zone asked if there are any plans for adapting to the coronavirus situation for the fall. That's a great question. That's top of mind for a lot of us right now. I know we all kind of have things that are uncertain, and we'd like to just get definitive answers about what's going to happen and when. So for you, I say right now, we're still planning to welcome students to campus in the fall as normal. Of course, our top priority is your safety and your health as a student, but also the safety and the health of our faculty and staff on campus. So we are monitoring the situation very closely. We're updating our procedures and our plans for things all of the time as we are adapting to the situation at large. So we do have an admissions webpage with some coronavirus updates, and I know Missouri State's general webpage also has some good updates on the coronavirus situation, and my moderators can drop that link for you for sure. What do we see here? Allison lives in Iowa. Well, thank you for joining us from Iowa. That's kind of fun. She's wondering about in-state tuition and if she has the option to get in-state tuition at Missouri State. So, Allison, that's a wonderful question. Missouri State does offer an out-of-state tuition waiver. You qualify for it by meeting one of 3 different criteria. It looks like Kirsty posted that in the chat for you. But if you meet that one of those 3 criteria, you qualify to pay in-state tuition at Missouri State, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that we have that available to students. Sean asked when he can come and visit campus in person. Sean, great question. I cannot wait for the day that we get to have students come and join us on campus again. I miss having students on campus. I miss being on campus myself. Right now, we're not able to have visitors to campus for reasons, as you guys probably understand at this point. So we do have some alternative options for you right now, Sean. We do have a virtual tour on our website, and one of our moderators can drop the link to that. So you can kind of explore the spaces on campus using that virtual tour if you'd like. We do also have virtual admission appointments available to you guys as well. So those can be done by phone or Zoom meeting, and those are scheduled online. I'll have my moderator drop that link as well. Sean, as soon as we're able to have visitors on campus again, we will let you know. We can't wait for that day. I think that's going to be one of the best days of my working experience. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm glad you're excited about visiting campus. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone here. Allison asked, how does she find out about advisors and class registration? Allison, great question. We actually want to support you through the registration process for your first time at Missouri State. And so that's why the SOAR program, the Student Orientation, Advisement, and Registration Program, exists. So that program is your first opportunity to come to campus, meet with your academic advisor, pick your classes for your first semester at Missouri State, and then ultimately register for those classes. So we'll make sure that you meet up with the advisor from your specific department. We'll make sure that they will be the best resource for you as you get ready to pick your classes at Missouri State. But you will find out all of that information at SOAR. Okay, Akira says, I'm considering attending my local college, then transferring to MSU, but she's scared of missing out if she does that. So, Akira, we have students that'll transfer to Missouri State all the time. There are numerous reasons why you might want to start somewhere local or smaller before coming to MSU. So we are very transfer friendly. Any credits that you receive at another institution are pretty likely going to transfer to Missouri State. We do have a transfer equivalency website that you can go and you can pick the school that you're planning to attend. You can find the courses that you plan to take and see how those courses have historically transferred to MSU. So if you're doing that and you don't see one of the classes that you're taking or have taken or plan to take, that doesn't mean we're not going to offer you credit for it at Missouri State. It might just mean that we've never evaluated that credit before. So transferring is definitely a great option for you. I do have a coworker who was a transfer student. He went to a community college for 2 years, and he always tells us that he wishes he would have started at Missouri State because he loved his experience at MSU so much. And so that's another thing you can consider. Both are great options, and it's definitely more of a personal choice. Justin said, how will SOAR be held? Oh, hold on, my chat scrolled down. Guys. Justin, there we go. Justin, how will SOAR be held since it's going to take a minute before gatherings will be improved again? Great question, Justin. I'm, I guess, assuming you're a senior this year. So we did send an email out to all of our seniors, all of our accepted seniors who are planning to start at Missouri State this fall just yesterday with some information on how we're adapting SOAR. The plan right now is to still offer SOAR on campus, one-day sessions, or online. You can pick whichever you prefer. Of course, if we have to change anything, we'll let you know. We are definitely considering your health and your safety as we make decisions like this. But we do really believe that getting you on campus for SOAR and allowing you to meet with your advisor face-to-face and start connecting with your future classmates is a really valuable experience. So we are excited to offer SOAR on campus later this summer. Check your email for some more information, and we will also continue to share information with you as we make changes to SOAR. Let's see here. Allison asked, what day will we know what dorm we get? So Allison, I guess I'm also assuming you're a senior this year. That's super exciting. I am excited to welcome you to campus this fall. We will start assigning housing for the fall of 2020 in late May, which means that you will hear about your housing assignment sometime in mid-June, I would imagine. And then from there, we will assign housing kind of on a rolling basis as applications continue to come in. But if your housing application is in, submitted, all of that jazz, you can expect to hear sometime in mid-June regarding your housing placement. Trent says, are there plans to increase tuition next year due to the reduction in enrollment? Trent, as of now, I haven't heard anything of the sorts. I know that one of our big values at Missouri State is making education affordable. And so we really do stick to that. Our president really prioritizes making higher education accessible. Our plan right now is to award scholarships as normal and for tuition to stay the same as far as I am aware. My colleagues who are in the chat may be able to provide some more information, but if you would like to have a deeper conversation about that, please send us an email. We'd be happy to get you in touch with our Office of Financial Aid, who might have some more information for you. Ashley says, how can I find out what classes to take at OTC with A+ for my degree before transferring to Missouri State? Ashley, that's a great question. Oftentimes, students will make sure that they're taking some of their general requirements at OTC or at another community college before transferring to Missouri State. You will likely have an advisor at OTC who partners with you to help you pick great classes to take. And you'll also have an advisor at Missouri State. So if you're ever curious, you can send us an email and we would be happy to get you in touch with your advisor from your specific program at MSU. And they might be able to have a conversation with you about some of the classes that you might want to take at OTC before transferring to MSU. Rick asked, is the online store a full day? I'm assuming so, Rick. That's actually a great question. Maybe one of my moderators has some more information on that they'll be able to share. If not, Rick, I think that's one I would love to get an answer to with you. We did just recently make a lot of changes to SOAR, so I'm still learning and catching up with everyone else. But you can definitely email us at admissions@missouristate.edu to get a specific answer to that question. Emma asked, or Emma is from Virginia. That's exciting, Emma. Welcome. She asked if she passes her AP exams, if Missouri State will take credit or take those credits towards her degree at MSU. So Missouri State does accept most AP credits. We have information on our website regarding the AP classes that we will take at Missouri State. The score that you are required to have on your AP exam kind of varies depending on the course. So I'll have one of my moderators drop the link to that chart so that you can go ahead and take a look at that, Emma. But I would say AP is definitely worth your time in high school. That's an awesome benefit. So I'm glad that you're excited to take AP classes. Let me scroll back up here. Looks like my moderators have been doing an awesome job of helping you guys out. Thank you to my moderators. Lisa asks if dual credit and AP classes will be transferred before it's time to sign up for classes. So you have a couple of questions in there, Lisa. I'll answer this one first. Usually we find out AP scores sometime during July. So it is possible, depending on the SOAR session that you choose to attend, that we'll have those scores on file as well as your final transcripts from wherever you did your dual credit. If we don't have those transcripts or if we don't have those scores in time, that's not a problem. That is not something to worry about with SOAR. We'll just want to know that you've taken dual credit. We'll want to know that you've taken AP classes, and we'll have that personalized conversation with you while you're at SOAR. Your advisor will use that information to make sure that you're registering for appropriate classes and not retaking a class that you're already going to have credit for. Great question. And the second part of your question was, will your high school automatically transfer those credits to us, or do you have to take action on them? That's a great question. You guys will all be required to request with your high school to send us your official high school transcripts once you guys have graduated. We likely will not receive them from your high school unless they know where to send them. So that is a good thing to add to your checklist if you guys are seniors this year. Same thing goes for any dual credit that you guys have done. We do require official transcripts from the institution that has awarded you dual credit. So if you have done any sort of college credit while in high school, you'll want to request from that college to send official transcripts our way as well once final grades are in. Great question. Allison asked, how does she find out what classes of hers transfer to Missouri State? And will they transfer since she lives in a different state? Allison, that's a great question. We have a transfer equivalency guide on our website that I hope one of my moderators will drop a link to. But that transfer equivalency guide allows you to go in, find the institution that you've taken classes from. There are a lot of them on that list. So chances are pretty high that wherever you've taken your dual credit from will show up on that list. But once you've found that school, you'll be able to find the courses that you've taken at that institution and see how they have historically transferred to MSU. If you're doing that and you don't see your institution or you don't see one or two of the classes that you've taken, that does not mean that we will not award you credit for that coursework. It just means that we maybe haven't seen that coursework transferred to us before. So the best way to find out if your classes will transfer will be to send us your official transcripts, look at them, and we'll let you know what you're getting credit for at Missouri State. Great question, Allison. Anya asked, how will she find information on which residence hall you will be living in? Anya, great question. We have information on all of our residence halls on our website. So if you are not a senior this year and you want a little inside scoop to the different residence halls that are an option for you once you're a student at Missouri State, you can visit our website. I believe one of our moderators can drop the link for that. But if you are a senior, you've already applied for housing and you're just waiting to hear from us now, you'll find out via email regarding your housing assignment for the fall semester, and you'll find out about mid-June. We will assign housing beginning in late May, and then you'll hear about housing kind of on a rolling basis from there. So you can expect that to come a little later this spring and early this summer. Great question. Let's see. Allison said, if I was scheduled to attend SOAR in June, will I need to reschedule? Allison, great question. We did send you an email yesterday with some information on what SOAR registration is going to look like for you. But if you registered for a SOAR session in June, you will need to reschedule. We have decided to offer SOAR in one-day session formats or online formats in July and August. So you have some information in your inbox about how and when you'll be able to reschedule. We will continue to send you information on how that process will look, but just keep an eye on your email inbox. If you have more specific questions, please email us at admissions@missouristate.edu, and we can look into your specific registration and give you some more information. Great question. Anya asked, what is the possibility of getting the roommate you requested? Anya, great question. If you and the person that you're hoping to live with both request each other on your housing application, it's guaranteed that we'll place you together. So you guys preferencing each other trumps any other preference. So we will definitely do our best to make sure that we get you into one of your top preferences as far as housing goes. But we do know that the roommate, the person you're living with, is probably more important than where you're living, or we can kind of assume that for you. So that is definitely top priority for us, to get you paired up with the person that you're going to live with. It's just important that you both requested each other on your housing application. Great question. Sorry, guys, the chat's kind of tricky here. So Samantha said, what score do you usually accept for college credit on AP exams, more specifically AP US History? Great question, Samantha. I don't have AP US history memorized right off the bat, but we do have a spot on our webpage listing all the different AP courses that we will award credit for at Missouri State. And it also lists the score that we require you to have on the AP exam in order to get that credit. So hopefully one of my moderators has dropped the link to that, and then hopefully you're able to check that out and see exactly what you're going to need for AP US history. Good luck on your AP exam. Akira said, if I don't end up going to my local college and just go to MSU, how do I confirm that I will be going? Akira, this sounds maybe like you're a senior this year, you've already been accepted, and you're ready to get going on your next steps. We would love to help you out. I think probably the best move at this point would be to ask you to email admissions@missouristate.edu, and we can give you some more information on personally what it'll look like for you to accept your admission offer at Missouri State. We're excited to have you join us as a bear. Emma says, I have already been accepted to MSU and AP exams are now optional because of the coronavirus. If I don't take them, could they affect my acceptance? Emma, great question. So long as you are receiving high school credit for the coursework that you're doing and you have met our core requirements that are on our website, I'll have my moderators drop the link to those core requirements. That likely is not going to affect your acceptance. You taking the AP exam is optional anyways, and so it's okay if you haven't taken that exam. You just probably won't get credit for that AP coursework at a college level if you choose not to take the exam. Anya asked how she pays the fee for SOAR. Anya, great question. You'll be able to pay your confirmation fee online at your personalized site. We would be happy to give you the exact link of your personalized site. So I might recommend that you email us at admissions@missouristate.edu, and we can send you that link with some instructions on how to go ahead and pay your SOAR fee. Anya said, when is the deadline for paying that fee? Great question, Anya. We do not have a formal deadline for paying that confirmation fee, but we do encourage students to have that fee paid by June 1st of their senior year. And that is simply because for those of you that are seniors this year, the SOAR fee is fully refundable, or the confirmation fee is fully refundable before June 1st. After that, you don't get that money back. So if you ever changed your mind about going to Missouri State, having paid that fee beforehand is great. The other thing is that confirmation fee is what gives you access to SOAR registration. So once you've paid that fee and SOAR registration opens back up here at the end of the month, you'll be able to pick one of those SOAR sessions that works well in your schedule. So it is encouraged to get that paid sooner rather than later if MSU is where you are planning to go. Melody says, what happens if we don't get the required AP score, but we still pass? Great question, Melody. We do have that list on our website of the AP scores that we require in order to award you college credit. As far as I know, those scores are pretty hard and fast. So those are the scores we require if you want to get the college credit at Missouri State. But I will say taking that AP exam is a great experience anyways. And so I would encourage you to do it, see how you do. You're definitely benefiting from working on an AP course while you're in high school. So there's really nothing to lose in my mind regarding taking the AP exam and also taking AP classes in general. Oh, sorry, the chat just scrolled down here. Let me get back up to your questions. My moderators are doing an awesome job. Akira said, MSU said I was awarded a scholarship and was going to get something in the mail. I never did. How do I contact you about getting it back or getting that letter? Akira, thank you for letting us know. We would love to get that scholarship acceptance form and that scholarship award letter sent back to you. So please do go ahead, send us an email at admissions@missouristate.edu, and we will look into your scholarship form. Allison asked, what is the exact date to reschedule for SOAR? I have seen April 20th and the 27th as the reopening date. Thanks, Allison, for that question. For those of you that are seniors this year who have already registered for a SOAR session prior to us putting SOAR registration on pause, you'll have access to rescheduling on April 20th. For those of you who haven't registered for SOAR yet and are just needing to schedule an initial SOAR date, you'll have access to that on the 27th of April. Again, you guys will be getting all kinds of emails about how to go ahead and register for SOAR or reschedule your SOAR session, so please keep an eye on your inbox. Akira asked if students are required to attend SOAR and what exactly do students do there? That is a great question, Akira. For those of you guys that are just joining us, SOAR is our Student Orientation, Advisement, and Registration Program. This is a program that all students are required to complete before they start at Missouri State. They do it the summer before they begin at Missouri State. Really, kind of the heart of SOAR is that you have the chance to come to campus, meet with your academic advisor, and then register for your fall semester classes. Your academic advisor is someone from your program who will help you design your fall semester schedule and ultimately support you through the registration process. We also do some other programming during SOAR, kind of things that will introduce you to the different resources that are available to you on campus. We'll talk a little bit about the online resources that Missouri State uses, and really just kind of get you familiar with campus and also with your peers. We'll also connect you to some upperclassmen mentors as well, which is probably one of the coolest parts of SOAR. Sean asked where he can find more information on our music programs. Great question, Sean. We do have quite a few music opportunities available to you at Missouri State. Hopefully one of my moderators is able to drop some information on our music programs here in the chat. But I will say that we have a pretty wonderful Pride band, so if you are musically inclined, that would definitely be something to look into. For Quan, you are asking about a GA position. That's a great question. Unfortunately, I work for, not unfortunately, I'm lucky to work for undergraduate admissions, but because I work for undergraduate admissions, I don't have a specific answer for your question. I would recommend that you reach out to our graduate department for some information on the GA positions and what your beginning at Missouri State will look like. Skylar said, I signed up for the June SOAR date because I wanted to go as soon as possible. What is the likelihood of the ones who signed up for June getting an early July date? Great question, Skylar. I know that it is important to you to get one of those earlier SOAR sessions. So we are giving students who have already registered for SOAR a little bit of an opportunity to go ahead and reschedule their session before general registration opens back up again. So Skylar, you'll have the chance to reschedule your SOAR session beginning April 20th, and then everyone who hasn't registered for SOAR yet will have the opportunity to do so beginning April 27th. So hopefully you'll still get a session that will be wonderful for you, that will work well in your schedule. I will let you know that regardless of when you come to SOAR, we're going to make sure you get into great classes for the fall semester. We're going to make sure you can start working towards your graduation requirements. So I wouldn't let the exact date stress you out too much. Hopefully that helps a little bit. The Business Resource Zone says, if my daughter attends SOAR virtually, will she still meet her counselor and register for classes online? We do definitely want students to have the chance to meet with their advisor, to talk about their fall semester classes and register for their classes, regardless of how they're completing SOAR. So the specifics on how that will happen will come later. If you would like more detailed information, Business Resource Zone, please do go ahead, send us an email. We can find some more specific information for you, and we'd be happy to connect you with our SOAR office if we need to. Juan asked if I want to defer to spring 2021 due to COVID. Is that still possible? You're always welcome to change the time that you start at Missouri State. If that's something you're wanting to do, please just go ahead, send us an email. We can look into your student record and have a more personalized conversation about that choice. Devin said, If you end up with a roommate, oh, my chat went down, I'm sorry. Devin asked if he ends up with a roommate who he's not too excited about, are you able to switch your roommate? Yes, of course. If you basically, I guess what I would like to say is we understand that when you're coming to Missouri State and you're living on campus, you're coming to a new home, and we want you to feel comfortable at that home. And so if there's ever a point that you're not comfortable, if things aren't going well, there are lots of procedures in place in order to make sure that you're feeling comfortable and safe and happy at Missouri State. So for you, usually we have students meet their roommate, move in with their roommate. Things usually go well. If there's ever anything that comes up, you'll have the chance to talk to your RA or your resident advisor, and we can kind of move through the process from there if anything needs to change about your housing assignment. So rest assured, we want you to be comfortable. We want you to be happy at Missouri State. So we'll work very hard to make sure that happens. Drew, will there be a fee for the online SOAR sessions? Great question, Drew. That confirmation fee is definitely going to still exist regardless of how you participate in SOAR. That confirmation fee is what secures you a spot in Missouri State's incoming class. So that fee will be required of all incoming students or incoming freshmen, I should say, for the fall of 2020. Great question. For Quan is asking about changing his major. Great question. If you are interested in changing or updating anything on your student record, please send us an email.edu. We can look into your specific situation and help you get things updated if we need to. Great question. Sean is asking, what if I want to know more about specific classes or specific programs? Sean, do you have a specific program that you want some general information on? I can try to provide you with a little bit of information, or someone in our chat can give you some further information on a program that might be of interest to you. As far as specific classes, generally your academic advisor from the program that you choose to study in is the best resource for you as you start picking classes, exploring classes, and working towards graduating. So we set you up with your academic advisor when you come to SOAR the summer before your freshman year at Missouri State. If you want to talk to your academic advisor before you come to SOAR, we would be happy to get you in touch with them. So please send us an email and we can go ahead and connect you guys to each other. Allison said, so the July and August SOAR dates will be in person. Great question, Allison. We are offering two different SOAR options. We have the option of attending a one-day on-campus, in-person SOAR session in July and August, or you have the option to complete SOAR online. We did send students that are seniors this year, incoming freshmen this year. We sent you guys an email yesterday with some more information on how SOAR will be offered this upcoming summer. But of course, continue to send information to you guys, and we will update our website regularly with some of the specifics on how SOAR will look this summer. James is from Alaska. That's exciting. You might win the award for being the furthest away. James asked if getting the out-of-state tuition waiver disqualifies him from getting other scholarships. Great question, James. The out-of-state tuition waiver does not exclude you from getting some of our automatic scholarships at Missouri State. There is great information on our scholarships on our website. I'll hope that one of my moderators can drop the link for you to our different scholarship information, but you are still eligible for other scholarships at Missouri State. Allison asks, what about additional SOAR fees that were paid for parents to attend? So for those of you that are seniors this year and have already registered for SOAR, initially you were given the option to bring more than one parent with you to SOAR. If you paid for multiple parents, we did change our requirement or our availability basically to just one parent per student at SOAR session. And that's just because we have your health and we have your safety at our top of mind. So if you paid for a couple of parents, we will make sure that you get a refund for that additional parent. Please do send us an email and we can look into your situation specifically, Allison. Thank you. Skylar says award the Inclusive Excellence Scholarship and is sad that the dinner to reward you guys for your hard work was canceled. So Skylar, we are looking into other options for offering some sort of banquet or ceremony for those of you that were offered the Inclusive Excellence Scholarship this year. Congratulations on receiving that scholarship. We will send you some information on that as we hear more. So please do send us an email as well if you'd like to have a deeper conversation about it. We'd be happy to chat more about that with you, Skylar. Whoop, sorry guys, my chat again. Ashley, will we have to attend SOAR if we transferred from another college? Ashley, if you will have 24 or more credits, or if you are transferring from another institution, we have a different process for students who are transfer students as far as SOAR goes. So we have some more information on that on our website. We can certainly drop the link for that here in this chat. If you also want to email us at admissions@missourastate.edu, we can let you know how to get in touch with your advisor and get going on registering for your classes. But you will not be required to attend a formal SOAR program like our incoming freshmen are. Catherine asks, what is the likelihood that I will get my preferred roommate that I put on my housing application? Great question, Catherine. If you and your roommate requested each other, that is top priority. We realize that you really want to live together, and we work very, very hard to make sure that you both are partnered together in the same room. So it's just important that you've both requested each other on your housing application. Tiffany says, do you know if there will be a separate SOAR session for athletes like there previously was? Tiffany, great question. I think this is still a developing topic. Please send us an email and we can give you a little more information on what SOAR sessions will look like for athletes. Great question, though. Carmen, what happens if you already paid for SOAR? Will the system know that we already paid? Carmen, yes. If you've paid your confirmation fee, we have that on record. That's up to date on your record. Once we have access to SOAR registration again on April 27th, you'll be able to get into your personalized site where you paid your confirmation fee and select a SOAR date that's best for you. All right, so it looks like questions have slowed down a little bit. I'm just going to take this opportunity to share a couple of additional items. For those of you that maybe weren't here right at the beginning, I wanted to let you know a couple of things. So for those of you who haven't been able to visit campus, we want to be able to have you on campus soon. We're not able to do that yet. So we have a couple of different options available to you right now. We do have a virtual campus tour online that you can go ahead and explore, see different spaces on our campus. It's beautiful. I really love our virtual tour. I found myself scrolling through that a few times because I miss campus right now. So you can go ahead and check that out. We also have the option for you to schedule an admission appointment with someone from our office. You can schedule it with me or you can schedule it with another one of my coworkers. You can do that online on our website as well. I'll have my moderators drop that link, but you can schedule something by phone as well as by video call if that's something that you are interested in. It looks like Akira said, how can I be sure that I will get the dorm I selected? I was really interested in living in Woods and will be bummed if I don't get to live there. So how sure can I be that I get that dorm? Akira, great question. Typically, if you put something in your top 3 preferences, we work very, very hard to try to get you into one of those top 3 preferences. It really does kind of depend on when you submitted your housing application, as we do assign housing on a first come, first serve basis. But if you want us to look into this further, or if you would like to be connected to our Office of Residence Life to talk a little more about this, send us an email at admissions@missourastate.edu, and we will go ahead and get you in touch with them and see if they can provide you with some further information. Hold on here. Okay, so Sean asked, what is the Honors College like? Great question, Sean. So the Honors College, I kind of like to compare to maybe AP or honors or dual credit classes in high school. So if you are a student who took advantage of some of those more rigorous course opportunities in high school, or you plan to take advantage of those opportunities, I think the Honors College might be something that you would be interested in and excited about. So students are automatically invited to the Honors College if they are eligible for our Board of Governors scholarship, which we can include some information on that in the chat if you would like to see what the requirements for that are. But you'll be invited to the Honors College. You have the option to accept that invitation. And if you are a part of the Honors College, some of the benefits are some smaller class sizes, a little more access to research on campus. You have the option to live in Scholars House, which is offered exclusively to the students who are in the Honors College. And you have the option to take some more rigorous courses and dive a little deeper into some of the content that you might be interested in. So it's a really cool option, a really cool opportunity for those of you who might want to just challenge yourselves a little more. Well, with that, I think we might go ahead and wrap this up. I don't see any last minute questions, so I will give you guys just a moment. If there's anything else that's top of mind, feel free to chat that into the question box. I would like to say that I have really enjoyed spending some time with you all this evening. Thank you for your great questions. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have specific questions that we weren't able to answer, we would love to answer those kind of in a one-on-one setting through our email or a phone call if we need to. Please email admissions@missouristate.edu with anything that might need some further clarification. I'll have my moderators drop that email link as well. And of course, if you're interested in checking campus out a little more, check out our virtual tour. That's available on our website. You can explore campus from the comfort of your own couch. You can get excited about when we're all able to join together on campus again. And then we also have virtual admission appointments available to you guys as well online on our website if you are interested in doing anything via phone call with one of our admissions representatives. So thank you all again. I've appreciated spending this time with you. Thanks for all of your great questions. I'm excited that you guys are excited about being Bears. Go Bears, always. Have a great rest of your night.